Welcome to the Savage Board Gaming channel. Just going to review another game of Wingspan. Playing in Arena. I think I might focus a little bit more on Wingspan in Arena than I normally do. So let's go into this game. So I just played this player before. They barely beat me. So we got to play again in Arena 2 times in a row. So let's look at my starting hand here, right? And the goals and everything that I have here. So, wetland birds are okay. Not really my style to go after this one right away. I really like these ones that give you 2 per bird. A lot of times they're pretty easy to get, right? So I see the sparrow here. I see the forester turn. I think those are both pretty good cards and they match that goal. I also have Mourning Dove and White-breasted Nuthatch. And I do keep this. I think I might keep these 2 actually. We'll see, I forget. Yeah, I kept those 3. Yeah. So I'm not too worried about this first goal. I'm trying to set myself up for later. Now I got a couple birds for the platform nest. Eggs in forest I'm okay at also. And then eggs in waterland. If I get to it, I get to it. But my goal is to try to churn out some points real quick. All right. So I drew, so my opponent's turn. They draw cards. They draw the Forester Turn, which I keep saying turn, which I would have liked to have, but it's not the end of the world, right? So on my turn, I'm going to play the Mourning Dove. That way I can start getting food and eggs real quick. This is very good in the forest row. It's also pretty decent in the water row. I don't tend to put it in the middle row very often because you want to use that bird to get food and eggs, or food and cards at the same time. If you just put it here, you're just getting eggs. So this is way more efficient, right? They're going to play an American Coot, which is a good tucking card for the water row. We're both setting ourselves up for the platform nests. And I played Northern Harrier because I want to draw cards again, obviously. But I would like to also get this played, but we'll see how I did it. Okay, drew food. Caught a worm. That's the problem with not putting a bird in your forest row right off the bat. It seems like sluggish. You're not getting points from gaining food. Whereas eggs are points, so technically I'm getting points, even though I'm going to use those eggs to put out other birds, right? So on my turn, get food, take a wheat, which is good for both of these birds. Really, I want to play this one next. That way I'm getting a point and an egg and 2 food, right? Right now, there's nothing that really matches my goal here, so there's no sense. I didn't realize how washed out I was here. I'll have to figure it out later, so maybe if I turn on the light. No, that makes it worse. Okay. I have to set up my lighting better in here. I bought some specific lights for streaming. I just never set them up. So. Right. So like I said, I want to definitely play this white-breasted nuthatch. start churning out points right now. Okay. Playing Thrush. Or they, I'm sorry, they drew the Thrush. It's an okay card. I don't tend to like to play it, but so I take Cooper's Hawk, which fits with my goal. Fortunately, I am getting some predators, so my opponent, you'll see, picks up a vulture later on, so I end up giving them some food. But I have to go with what I have, right? But I also noticed there's that grasshopper sparrow there, right? Grasshopper sparrow. With these two cards, I can just get points in my aggroes also. So lots of points, especially at the end of the game. So I'm going to get some food here. I took a chance letting my opponent maybe grab it, but the first game we played, I didn't feel like my opponent was all that strategic. It was just, I didn't get very many good cards. I had a terrible goal choice at the beginning, which was all forest or all water birds, which occasionally that's good depending on your starting hand. It wasn't good for me, so I kind of struggled throughout the game to try to score. I couldn't get any of the birds that let you draw more goal cards, so all right, it's back to my turn. I think I will draw this right now. Neither one of us is really trying to score this objective here. You know, neither one of us have the bird, so there's no sense like laying eggs or anything, so I just pick this up, hunt again. Get another card. So I'm a little bit behind right now, but that's okay. It's because I think because they had laid eggs, you know. I have a free bird here. It's like 0 points, I should say, not free. 0 points, so that's how they got a kind of a lead on me. All right. So no one scores this. So there's the vulture that came out. Now I could have snagged it up to prevent my opponent, but I thought that, oh no, I couldn't. They took it that first try. But I always think if you're taking a card just to prevent your opponent from doing something, then you're hurting yourself more, right? I also like this card really good. Especially for like, I need to get another goal, right? I don't want to get too many, but I would like to get this for my aggro. Because I was going to say, I thought this was the previous game where stone nests were here, but they're not. Okay, my turn. Get food. Get an egg. Vultures played. I'm just going to have to deal with them getting the extra food, right? Okay, my hunting's been going pretty good, giving them food though. Later on it kind of tapers off, so. Okay. I have enough to play both of these egg birds. I think I start on that. I play the Bayard Sparrow. Okay. And then I'll play the Grasshopper next turn, then I'll run eggs, fill these up so that I can get this goal here, right? Now they do have a very good card row, which is good in the beginning of the game, but as this goes on, this is less and less attractive, right? You definitely want to run eggs at the end unless you have some amazing setup, right? I don't think that setup is good enough to like ignore your aggro, you know. Whereas now I'm set up for like the next two goals basically, because I'm going to play the Cooper's Hawk sooner or later, and I can lay 5 eggs in one turn. So they're drawing some cards, nothing that really was interesting to me. So like I said, I'm going to put eggs out. Don't really need to add more unless, you know, my opponent starts playing more forest birds. Like when I do these goals, I don't try to overload them. I know I have like a commanding lead on this one, so put out enough. The only other thing is this is good for the next goal, but we can worry about that later. Play Cooper's Hawk. I can even spend eggs and still be fine. So got 2 for this goal, so that's 4 points. Really would have liked to got more, but that's as far as I get with that goal. It's the next goal that scores me a ton of points, right? I said I shouldn't do that, but I think I was really just setting myself up for the next round. You know, get a big enough lead. My opponent can put out 7. Yeah, I can put out 9. And I'm definitely going to play this green heron just to make drawing cards easier. So that's why I drew food, so I can set up playing these 2 birds. You can see I pulled away from them, even though they had that good start. I have engines like where I'm scoring points on each row, so no matter what I do, I'm scoring at least some points, right? Yeah, put this down there, like I said, so I can draw multiple cards. I thought about the Northern Bob White, but I was like, let's just focus on getting this out. The Bobo Link is good too, especially at the end of the game. If you can have a bunch of stone nests like I do, right? So I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. If I would play that, I'll get 4 eggs on top of everything else, right? Top of the 4 points, that's like 8 points right there. And it is a viable strategy to use that, you know. Spotted Towhee is normally good, but it's not that great with what I have. It is, though, food in the aggro. I think I just tuck it somewhere along the way. I forget how I did that. Or maybe I discarded it for an extra food, you know? I think Spotted Towhee is better early game, you know, when you need that food and you can get eggs at the same time, it's worth it. So yeah, I discarded it for food. Everything I need for this card. This will just show you like how these gold cards can really change a game, right? So my opponent's starting to catch up with me a little bit. So I play this, and look what I get. Birds that can only live in grasslands. And I already have 3 of them, so this has already scored me 3 points, and I have one in my hand already. So that's also why I was thinking about these 2 cards, because they're very good for that goal, right? They're running their card engine. Just getting them some points. This is a guaranteed 8 points right here. Plus, if I play this one, that's like 16 total from those two cards. So what I really need is to get a berry and some worms. So, but I draw more cards. I probably shouldn't have done that. I really was thinking about that Bobo Link. I should have just focused on the scissor-tailed, right? Because look out here. You know? Everything I need for it if I drew the food, right? Nothing that goes with the first goal. Like I said, I pretty much have the second goal tied up for max points here. Or wrapped up, I should say, not tied up. What the hell am I saying? Wrapped up. Okay, we're going to hunt because it's points. Give my opponent some food, but that's fine. Next player's turn. Caught to me again. That's fine. They're going first, so if they're lower than me, that means I have a whole extra turn of points waiting, you know. So when I see this, you know, 49 to 50, but they went first, that means I'm going to be way above 50 probably by the end of this turn. Probably like oh yeah, I played this. Yeah, there you go. 56, so I'm almost up to 60 already. Drawing cards still. Didn't develop their aggro, which what I'm going to do. Now, I had a really tough decision here. I had to sit here and count out my egg spots. And I realized I was going to be one short, right? I'm going to be one egg spot short of using all the eggs if I run this 3 times. So you have to start thinking to yourself, is it worth playing the other bird, right? And for one egg not being able to be filled, no, it's not. So this is a 4-point bird. I would have to spend 2 on it to put it out, you know, plus I'd have to spend time getting food. So it's just, you just run your eggs at this point, right? No reason to give out food or take food, right? Okay. So I'm now 10 points, 11 points ahead of them, my opponent. And they only have 1 goal. And I have 1 completed goal at max and a half completed goal, you know? At, well, 4. There's no complete on that one, right? But normally I would like to get 6 or 8 at least, you know. Just didn't happen. So pretty much it's academical right now. It's just them doing this card row. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, you know. Like, cards don't give you anything at the end of the game, you know. And you're going getting 2 points from doing that, you know. You're actually getting the same amount of points, maybe more if you spend food to run your aggro, right? And you have all these cards you've been tucking, so yeah, you're getting at least 4, right? So 2 for here, 2 for here, you know. I think I was a little bit embarrassed of losing that game to him because it was such a low-scoring game. Like, I think they were in the 60s and I was in the high 50s, you know. It's like, that shouldn't happen anymore. Sometimes the cards don't fall your way or the food doesn't fall your way in this game, so there is a lot of variance. Like, it's really not an excuse to me, you know. It's like, I should win a majority of my games. Like, I know the game well enough. So 30, and then 8 and 4 is 12, and then I got the first 2, so 9 points plus 4 is 13. 25 eggs, 4 duck cards, 4 food. So picking up those extra points, you know, on these, on my rows, I'm sorry, gave me like 6, 7, 8, 9. Then the extra points for these eggs that I got for free. Yeah, I wasn't going to lose that game there, so. But that's another game of Wingspan. I know they're never going to put any of the expansions on here, which is a shame. Because I know Jamie has talked about it, and he's like, they don't mind putting the base game on here, but they don't want to put the expansions on. So, which I can see from a business standpoint, it makes sense. So, so I can only play base Wingspan on here for you guys. So until next time, this is Brian from the Savage Board Gaming channel. Keep on gaming.
So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. You know, leave comments if you have any other suggestions on this game or other games you'd like to see on this channel. There's also a playlist on the left side of the screen that you can click to see other videos I have made. And until next time, keep on playing.